Yasmeen Mazzawi, you are a Christian, you are an Arab, you are an Israeli. That is quite the perspective. And now, obviously, as you know, a lot is being said about your homeland. What's your perspective?
Right. Hello. So I'm from Nazareth, Israel, and that's correct. I'm Christian Arab from Nazareth in Israel, living in Israel. I was born in Nazareth. I'm 26 years old. I'm volunteering at Magen David Adom since 15 years old. It's quite a long time. And I'm living here in Nazareth with and my neighbors are Jews, are Muslim, Christian, so it's quite it's like from many different backgrounds from the mosaic of in Israel. And I think this is amazing because all we hear in the social media is only like it's crazy, I think. And the reality is much different than the social media and the news. And we live here in Israel, Arabs and Jews, Christian, Muslims, Bedouins, and we live all together. We work all together. We study together. And I've been volunteering in MDA since 15 years old. My colleagues are Jewish, are Jews, others are Muslims and Christian, and we work all together for one single goal, I would say, saving lives. And I think this is amazing. The values I meet and met at Magen David Adom since I was 15 years old, these are the values I grew up on at home when I was very young. I grew up to an open house, open home, to people, to cultures, to languages, people from all over the world, from different backgrounds, and no matter color, gender, race. And that's what we meet at Magen David Adom. And I think this is the beauty of Israel.
Yeah, well said. So, for those of us who don't know, obviously, I know what Magen David Adom. I've done stories about them in the past, but can you give my friend here, if they don't know much about the organization, what is it?
Yeah, sure. So Magen David Adom is an organization of the ambulances here in Israel of the, I would say, the initial healthcare in emergencies. So this is the organization Magen David Adom, we can call it MDA.
Yeah. So it's basically the first responders.
Yep.
Definitely want to make sure I put the link to your website, Saving Lives in Israel. .org. But I think that's a really beautiful perspective. And that's been my experience. I've been to Israel 30 times. And when you see these, like you said, on social media, of just this constant, tension. Obviously, Israel is at war with certain individuals in certain places. But when you're actually in the state of Israel, you definitely see this different side of Israel that you don't see in the media. What's maybe something that you want the world to know about the reality of your life?
Oh, that's a great question. As people from different backgrounds here in Israel who work all together, and I'll talk about MDA because I think this is a great example of the beauty of Israel and the different backgrounds here in Israel. And I think this is a great example because we all work together, we study together, we these are my colleagues, my friends, my brothers and sisters, and we are all united. I think we have been facing together really hard time, and we were all together in this situation as Arabs and Jews, Muslims, Christians, Bedouins, and from all the mosaic of the I would call it the backgrounds here in Israel. And I think this is a great example because nothing separated us, but the like it's the opposite. I mean, we were all united together. And if I want to talk about myself as a Christian Arab young woman in Israel, Israeli here in the country, I think the main goal for me was to bring this source of light to my colleagues, because I think we really need it. And for me, it was very important to show the world that it's completely different than what we see in the news. I think, bad situations and I can call it challenges are everywhere in all nationalities, in all countries, it's everywhere. But I think the unity and the beauty of Israel and the opposite of what people see in the social media and the great unity that we live here in Israel is I mean, I really hope that more people can hear about this and see this because it's really amazing. And we love one another, we live together, we work together, and we share the same values.
Well, I'll tell you what, knowing you for a short time, you definitely have a light about you, the Holy Spirit inside of you. It's very evident the joy on your face. But let me ask you this question. I know you went to Auschwitz. How did that impact you?
Wow. To be honest, I took this decision when I was very young. I was 15 years old, teenager. And I just started to volunteer at MDA. And for me, it was very important to know the other, know that my neighbors, my colleagues as Jews. And I wanted to hear more about the history of the Jewish of the Jews, of my colleagues and the people I work with. So I took the decision to travel to Auschwitz. And when I came back, I studied in a Christian high school, an Arab high school, sorry, in Nazareth. And people in my age did not understand why I did that, where I went to, because they do not have this knowledge about the Holocaust. And for me it was like a really, like, big, a red light that I couldn't, just pass and say, okay, well, they don't know, so they don't know. No, for me, it was very important to bridge the gaps between Arabs and Jews and to tell the story about the Holocaust, starting in people in my age, teenagers, in my school, in the very authentic way, in my language, in Arabic, to share the story, to share the experience and what I have and the experience I've had when I was in Auschwitz, and to share the values that my colleagues and I, we work all together for. One goal is of saving lives. And I think that was very important to, I really like to mention the way I think about this. I call it analogy of where I see like a window made out of glass, and Arabs and Jews know about one another, have maybe stereotypes about one another. And for me, it was very important to break this glass and
Come on.
window and to bridge between Arabs and Jews, because I had a negative social campaign against me as a teenager because of decisions I made. And for me, that was very important, even if that hurts me a bit, not a bit. It was really hard time for me, especially as a teenager, when many people surround me, decided to leave me. And because they didn't understand, it's not that they had, any they didn't understand, they didn't have the knowledge about the Holocaust. And I think even if that hurts a bit and it has the price tag, let's say, for being very brave of making such decisions, but at the end, people, um, I think that was a great success of bridging gaps between Arabs and Jews. And today, many people in my age do go to the army or do national services and even volunteer. I think it's amazing to see how we all work together and share the same values in Arabs and Jews. And yeah,
Well, I thought that analogy was perfect. You really are breaking windows in between folks, a bridge builder, bringing the peace of Yeshua into situations, being a light unto the world, salt of the earth. I'm thrilled that God has placed you exactly where He has placed you. Yasmeen, shukran, toda rabba. God bless, my friend.
thank you, thank you.